Well, good evening. How are you? This is Devin from Homeschool House Calls, and this is our Tuesday Homeschool Mom Talk, for lack of a better name. Did you catch my video of us making cookies this afternoon? It was so much fun. I live streamed into the group. My recipes are there. My recipes are here in this box too. And so we're just here, bring me your questions. We'll talk about homeschooling, or I can tell you whatever's going on. Thursday night, we have, I always want to say homeschool huggy, but it's really hoogie. It is like a Danish, Swedish tradition of nesting in for the winter and making your home cozy. And that will be our workshop Thursday with Jennifer Smith at 7. She is awesome, longtime homeschool mama, many years. Um, not her oldest, but her oldest middle child, and my son graduated together. Her youngest graduated last year, and she's just awesome, awesome mama. Shut the door. I have littles. There are lots of moving around tonight. Lots of doing stuff around.
Mama,
Yes.
can you help me get dressed?
No, the girl's gonna help you. I'm live. I can't help her get dressed on live, right? That wouldn't be done. Wouldn't be the best thing to do. She can get dressed, or she can get her sisters to help her because she's 6. I like to help, but not live. There's just some things I can't do. You can wear that t-shirt. She's gonna wear a Lego t-shirt. Do you need me to turn it inside out? Don't come on camera. I can't see her on. She's awfully cute, but she just had a bath and washed her hair. Making the cookies, she got a little messy, and she's so funny. Here, stick your head in there. Now go get finished getting dressed. She is so funny. Y'all just don't know how smart and funny she is. But anyway, so we made the cookie dough this afternoon. Y'all can catch the video. It's in the you can just in the feed. I'll put the link under this video. And we did that, and then we made the icing, and then I baked some of them. I didn't bake all of them. I don't usually bake all of them. We're not our eating has changed, as we know better, we do better, and we don't eat a lot of snacks and stuff during that. When I grew up, we had tons of treats during Christmas. I don't make as many as maybe my parents and grandparents did growing up, but I do try to make and have traditions with some of them. There are several that we do. My husband is Belarusian. We make they're called potatoes, but they're cookies that are made with breadcrumbs and cocoa and milk and butter, and you form them, and there's some nuts in them. You form them, and they look like potatoes. So that's something that we'll make, and so we just spend time doing the fun stuff. But that was a lot of fun. So I have my cookies. I don't know if you have your cookies, but so there's my cookie. So anyway, so I had I get a lot of questions during the week. It's like people, they don't want to post it, they send me notes. I get lots of um, contacts and convos during the week. And I had one today asking about secular curriculum. I'm not actually a secular homeschooler. I do use some resources that are secular. I'm kind of more of a equal opportunity curriculum person. It's like I will look and judge it on its own merit. Um, we are a faith-based household. I'm a Christian. Most of y'all who know me personally know that. But I've found that some Christian curriculum, you have to look and see who made it. I mean, they're not the same. Just to say, oh, it's Christian, they're not the same. So I'm always very picky, and I tend to try to find things that are middle road. So I come up, so I was helping a mom. But if you do secular, post some links down in the bottom because I'm trying to look for some good resources for her. But so what do you use? I know people are watching. I see you. You see my cookie? This is my cookie. I made me the small one because I don't want to like eat a whole bunch of big ones. I made the kids a big one, and because today's the last day of November, I made them. They had leaves. They had these really big leaves of sugar cookies. We did not bake the whole dough. It makes about 60 cookies. We will use it over the next 2 weeks. It's in the fridge, and it's better the first week, but the second week it'll still be pretty good. So, um, but it's always interesting. I love when people ask me about how to find curriculum because, especially when it's something outside of my realm of knowledge and I'm not good. So I feel like secular resources are coming into play, but they're still not as easy to find as faith based. And so I'm enjoying that challenge trying to research. And that's a lot of what I do personally is I do a lot of, I guess I'm your resource girl. I love finding resources. I've always been that way. I've always been kind of like a link queen. I love to dig and find stuff, but I like it better when right now, I mean, we've homeschooled almost 18 years. January it'll be 18 years. And there's some things that are very easy for me to answer. So when something's a little challenging, I get a little excited because I like finding something that's a challenge and finding a good resource. Um, but I don't know. These are good. These are good. They're like they're soft cookies, but they're not as soft. You see the cake cookies that are frosted at Walmart that you'll find at every party you go to. Um, these are not that soft. These are soft, but not that soft. These are the way sugar cookies are supposed to be. Don't buy the Walmart ones. Buy these. I mean, you can make them round. I used to use I had a big glass, a favorite glass, and I would use that as my cookie cutter when the kids were little, and I would make big round ones. I just loved them that way, and then I would let the kids decorate. We'd make like a cookie bar. So I would bake them all ahead of time, and then they would have all the sprinkles and all the icing and all the colors, and then they would just go to town. But I found real quick that trying to actually do the cookie cutters and baking them with the little traditional Santa Claus type stuff was a really big stressor for me. I mean, I still have anxiety. My mother, not me. My daughter told me that this week. I was like, yeah, I used to have a lot of anxiety. She goes, used to? And I'm like, well, I guess, yeah, I still have anxiety. But I've learned to step around things that trigger and cause me to melt down and have my meltdown. So that's one thing I did when the kids were little. I would make big round cookies, and no, that's not as fun. But having a tradition, even if it doesn't look exactly the way you think it should, is better than having nothing. And being the meltdown mama, that is not fun and not calm. So, but that's me. So moving beyond the page, yeah, that's one I sent to her. It's a good curriculum. I like when I find it. Brave Writer is another one. Khan Academy, which is online. She wanted it offline. That was a little bit more challenging. I can find lots of stuff that's online that is secular now, but finding stuff offline was a little bit more. Even more. That's a good one. I'm gonna remember. Guess like I didn't even think about that one. Whew, you're saving me because I'm like I had some, but having stuff that is finding it offline that I was having a lot of trouble with. It's like there are ones when you type in homeschool curriculum, there are certain ones that all pop up. It's the ones that are searched more. They all pop up, and then it's like you can't. They're not as easy. I need to get a we need to get a good resource somewhere where we can a good list. I like lists. I need to make a really good list so that we can just have it so that we can just pick it and say here it is. Um, I'm looking forward to the holidays because we did co-op this year. We made we organized a co-op. I have been in co-ops. I have worked. You know what? Somebody else said that name today. Is it Pandia? Pandia Press. I saw that one today somewhere else. Have you used that one? Anyway, so I was going back. We did a co-op this year. I've been in co-ops. I've taught in co-ops. I've never organized one, so it was lots of fun. Well worth it. I have learned a lot of things I didn't know. I didn't know. You know, there's sometimes you don't know what you don't know, and but I'm looking forward to this month of just being at home and I'm my own body. I like to be at home. You use their history. Was it good history? Like I haven't seen it. I know somebody said that to me today. I saw it today, and I'm gonna remember that and let them know. I'm gonna go through those. I'm gonna go through those tonight and see. She's got an eighth grader. Um, yeah, we need some good list. Say, oh, this is what you're looking for. Here's the list. I need to make lists. Um, one thing I'm doing that will be coming out sometime in January, maybe February. I hate putting dates on anything I'm doing because I hit challenges. I'm working on I don't even know what to call it. It's phonics. I don't want to call it a phonics curriculum, but I have a feeling it probably could be. I've never considered myself a curriculum writer, but I have a lot of moms who they get really freaked out over phonics, and it's one of the big things. It's like even for me, I'm like every time I've started phonics, I've freaked out, even though I've taught four kids to read and I'm working on the fifth, and I've helped my nephew, who's would be would be between my last and Lacey. Um, but it'll be very much like hand holding if you want someone to walk you through it. And I'm thinking there's going to be a way for me to do it free that I'm not selling it. It'll just be there for people to be able to log in and use it. I mean, and we're going to walk through it. I guess I could call it an e-course. I don't know what to call it. It's going to be, I think, I'm going to be a resource roundup so that you can find for each step of the phonics process, you'll be able to find stuff to um, to help you along in that journey. But I mean, see phonics so much differently than I did when I first started. How many years ago? 15 years ago when I started with Lacey, not Lacey, Cole, my 20-year-old, when I started his phonics journey. And it was so stressful and trying to find what worked for him and is he ever going to read and am I ever going to get this done? And oh my God, what am I going to do if I can't teach him to read? And so I'm just pulling some stuff together and I'm really, really enjoying it. So I'm doing all sorts of learning new stuff. Um, yeah, I saw the build your own lot. See, I'm reading the comments. I saw the build your own library. That one, I sent her that one. I'm gonna send her the other ones too because those are some good ones. I forgot about moving beyond the page and Guess Hollow. I don't know why I did, and even more. I mean, I know those names, but it's like I don't tend to categorize curriculum. That's just me. I don't usually think of it in categories as faith-based, secular. I usually think of it, oh, English, math. That's how I think of it because I guess I'm just an equal opportunity curriculum lover. I've never really met a curriculum I hated. Um, I found ones that don't work for me, but I never had a bad feeling like they were horrible, just that they didn't work for us. Like Brave Rider, we tried some of theirs and it was not a good. My girls just are not enjoying it, and I'm in a place where I can't do it. I can't put into it what I feel like it needs. So that one we are using in a modified way. We are enjoying the book selections and we read them, and then they have the downloads to go along with it if they want to read more and dive into it, but I'm not pushing it. So anyway, what else? What do y'all have planned for your holiday, your homeschool holiday? So, what do you have planned in your home? Do y'all just stop? For years now, we stopped about now and did not start back until after January. We have lots of later in December holidays. Um, like I said, Nick was born in the Soviet Union, and being the Soviet Union, they were a communist country when he was born, and they did not really celebrate Christmas. Well, one thing with the Russian history is they changed their calendar like several centuries ago, but the church was of kind of afraid of missing the wrong holiday and celebrating the wrong holiday. So it's like you have two Easters and two New Years and two Christmases, and one will be the main one, like our during our calendar, it'll be the main, like the main Christmas. But then they don't exactly celebrate it, but they kind of give it a nod. So we will do here. We'll put up the tree. I usually put it up. Well, it is up now. This is my tree. I didn't put it in my living room this year because eBay's taken over my living room. So we have it in here, but we have I usually put it up toward the end of the month. This I don't know about something about COVID year threw everything off. I needed my tree up, but and then we would leave it up for a month because we'll go through Christmas and then what we call Russian Christmas, which is about okay Christmas, New Year's, then Russian Christmas, and then Russian New Year's. And those are kind of given a nod. We don't exactly celebrate them like we celebrate Christmas and New Year's. Because, Nick, growing up, Santa Claus came on New Year's. So we had to choose really early when Santa Claus was coming in our home. It's like one of those couple decisions that we had to do. When is Santa Claus coming? Um, if you do Santa Claus, some people don't. If you don't, much love. You're better off than I am because that is not fun. It was one of the most stressful things in the world is because Nick has one idea, I have one idea. They didn't mesh well. Um, so we learn really quick to keep things on the down low. So we do very, very simple. Everything's kept simple. It does help that we don't have a lot of, I mean, my mother-in-law, father-in law's dead now. Mother-in-law lives on the other side of the world, so it kind of helps. But I love her, but she's not here, so I'm not fighting with that kind of thing. But anyway, so that's what we do. Um, it is what it is. But I'm gonna eat my other cookie. Did y'all make cookies today? I gave y'all the recipe. See, uh, I'll love them. This is all I get too. I didn't make any more. Um, but y'all supposed to be bringing your homeschool questions and nobody's asking questions. I'm just talking like a crazy person. Y'all know I can talk to walls now. I can talk to walls. I used to not be this way. It was after I started live streaming. I don't know why I ever decided to live stream. It was probably mama's warning and workshops. But now I can talk as if you're here. I'm like, I don't know, that may be a little bit concerning. Might want to be concerned. Um, Send real people. But, I've got some plans this week to go see people. But anyway, so that's some of the stuff we do. We kind of keep stuff on the down low. We don't do a lot of entertaining. We do a little bit. We don't do a lot of partying. We're not like I may have New Year's. We usually throw a big party. I've had big parties in where people come in, but this is the thing about the Soviet era. Even now, Russian culture, Belarusian, Nick's Belarusian, Polish. I don't know, maybe Polish. He's got a lot of Polish in him. But my first New Year's there when I went to work. I went to work in the late '90s is how we met. I went to work. I was the academic dean's secretary, and my roommate said to me, "Do you want to go to a party? We're going to be out all night." Now, in my American mindset, I thought all night. Oh, we'll get home around 1, maybe 2. So that is what my mind thought. What she meant was We got home at 6:30 in the morning because the buses don't run and there's not really many taxis. And so we were at that party all night. Now, luckily, it was at the church and they had a closet, big walk-in closet, and I went to bed. I went to a corner and went to sleep. But that's how it was every year. They take New Year's seriously. And after the first 2 years, I started planning my own parties. And even now with my kids, they are up all night. We do not send them to bed at midnight. We are usually up all night until well in the morning. If we have family come in, we are up even longer. Um, the kids will stay up until they drop. So now they're teens now. When they were little, they would just stay up until they dropped, and we'd lay them in the bed. So that is what we do for New Year's, but that's how we are. And then we sleep. Usually, I have some kind of breakfast in the crock pot so that I don't have to cook or get up or worry, and everything's prepped. And we get up and then we'll eat, lunch. By the time we wake up, it's lunch. But that's how our New Year's are. Is Santa Claus in Russian cultures? Santa Claus comes on New Year's. He does not come both times. I was afraid in the beginning. We really kind of had to wrestle with what we were going to do, and because my family's here, they have cousins who had Santa Claus come, and we did the traditional American Santa Claus is coming thing because it was the path of least resistance. I think if I went back now, I might have cut Santa Claus out altogether because it was so much stress. Because Nick had his idea, I had mine. You know how it is when you're a couple and you're trying to blend those ideas. It's like we had our ideas, and it was not always easy to blend. But that's what we did. But anyway, I have talked about as long as I want these to go, and I hope you had fun. We have some great resources for secular curriculum. If you are looking for that, I am glad to have those resources. Remember, Thursday night, we have a workshop with Jennifer Smith. It will be homeschool. I can never remember the name. I always see it as Huggy, but it's like Huga. But it's basically the Norwegian Danish tradition of snuggling in for the winter and making your home comfortable and making bringing your homeschool routine into the winter and enjoying the time of maybe not spending so much time out of the house. Maybe you're kind of snuggling in and wanting to, if you're like me, I'm really wanting to connect with my kids. My teens, my oldest is 20. Hey, I see somebody here. If you have questions, let me know. Um, I can see I'm in this that place where my I have two adult children now, 20 and 18. Yes, that's not very old. They're not very adultish yet, but I can see that taste of moving toward them moving out eventually and the changing of the times. And so I'm really wanting to kind of snuggle in and be together. You want to say hello? You want to say hello before you leave? See, there she is. She made cookies with me today. Okay, that's just too silly. You're keeping your French tradition where you keep your Christmas tree up until Three Kings. Yeah. Oh, that's so fun. You see, we keep like I was saying with the Russian tradition, they have two New Year's, two Christmases, and it's like Christmas, New Year's, and the second New Year's is kind of like where would that be? Maybe around the 14th. So she did like that cookie dough. She did not like the cookies baked. She liked the cookie dough much better than she liked the cookies baked. But so I love bringing in family tradition. I know, like Erin, she did Christmas around the world, and we will have that later. We're going to actually replay that later in the month. Christmas Around the World, where we talk about Christmas and bringing in the family history and the family geography and how she's brought in her family's German heritage into her home. And it's just a really nice thing to do to make those connections with Christmas. And so I'm feeling the need to just kind of snuggle in and be with my people because I mean, really, they grow so fast. I mean, she's 6. It just seems like yesterday that she was a newborn. It just goes really fast. And I started thinking the other day when Olivia graduates. Olivia's in 8th grade, so she's got 5 more, really 4.5 more years. Um, Lacey will be 10. It'll be just me and her. And so it's like I feel sometimes I tell Nick, I said, well, I'm losing students like they're dropping like flies. Okay, they're not, they haven't even moved out. Okay. This is the kind of emotional person I am. I was posting today how sappy I am. I am a sappy person. You saw that I still have my mom's hummingbird feeder from her house 25 years ago. It's sitting on my counter as decoration. I am a sentimental, sappy mama. I have a tree in my room. Okay. So I'm like, so that's just how I am. I just want to nest in and have a good time and be with my people. And they probably just want to run for the door and go to the parties. It's good to be, there's nothing wrong with being, we say like there's something wrong with being sentimental. There is nothing wrong with being sentimental. And I mean, commercials will make me cry. You know, the Folgers commercials where the guy's coming home and the baby little sister's coming in and sees him awake and he makes the coffee. Okay. I cry and I am not guilty. I will not be guilty at all for being sappy. There's nothing wrong with it. But anyway, I'm not going to keep you all week because, like I told you, I can talk to walls. And if you start talking to me, I start talking more because I have lots to say. But I enjoyed spending the evening with y'all. I will see you next week. Let me know what subject you want. Tuesday nights is all about learning, all about what you need. I would love to hear some more information on French traditions because that sounds a lot of fun. I want to hear about Galetti. Is that saying it right? Galetti. I want to hear all about that because that sounds marvelous. My friend Joanna, I don't think she's here tonight. They have Hanukkah this week, and she's been live streaming. I'll post her link. They've been live streaming crafts and recipes, and it's been so interesting. They made something tonight that I'm definitely going to make. It was some kind of, they called it crackle. But anyway, yeah, I'm definitely going to make that because that's what it's the Christmas season. We need to bake and make our own traditions. And homeschool, who better than homeschools? I mean, you can mix in your history and mix in your family history and family history, history of Christmas carols, history of the holidays your country celebrate, measuring the stuff in, I mean, enjoy, get all the stuff you can out of the holidays. There's tons of learning, tons of fun to be had. But I'm gonna go because I don't want to go 2 hours talking about Christmas because I can talk about anything. I adore y'all. Let me know what you want to hear next Tuesday. Remember Thursday count for your and then we got lots of good stuff going on. But anyway, I will see y'all soon. Bye, guys.